Hey guys, this is Brave Arms, and I recently purchased the Glock 19 Gen 5 FS MOS. So I bought this from Wolf Guns Philippines, so thank you to them, shout out to them for helping me out. So full disclosure, I paid for this at full price. There's no commitment in making this video series. That's about it. And I guess the only caveat, the only maybe special treatment I had was he delivered the gun to my house. Like he personally brought it. But other than that, no special treatment. So before I did anything with this gun and before I officially start the series of starting shooting pistols with a red dot sight coming from iron sights, I wanted to have a quick discussion on this Glock 19 Gen 5 FS MOS, if it's worth getting over the non-MOS version. The non-MOS version is basically this. So this is a Glock 19 Gen 5 non-MOS. But if I'm not mistaken, this is not available now, meaning that the most entry level you can get of this one is with front serrations already. Let's first show what you get in the box. So, okay, comes with a plate adapter. So there are different plates over here. This is for attaching different red dot sights. So this is what you call like the footprint. So there are different feet over here. And it comes with screws, and if I'm not, yeah, it does. Okay, it does come with blue Loctite, and it looks enough because it's like all on one side. Okay, so I guess the magazine's inserted. So guys, don't forget, always visually check your chamber. Don't just rack it and think it's empty. Make sure that to visually check it, there's nothing in it, and then point in a safe direction, and then make sure it's clear. Okay, so it's clear, and then also make sure there's no ammo nearby when you're doing this. Okay, so you get the gun. So this is the Glock 19 Gen 5 USA MOS. So this is the modular optic system plate, which covers, you know, that part. And then you have front serrations, and then the classic rear serrations. Then comes with two magazines. This one comes with two flat mags. So there's no base extenders. You'll have to purchase the base extenders if you want them. And then you get cleaning rod and the brush that comes with it. Comes with a speed loader. Comes with extra grips, and then the manual. And then the classic cheap case, the Glock hard case. Okay, so yeah, that's what it comes with. The Glock 19 Gen 5 front serration non-MOS. So it's gonna look like this, but with front serrations like this. So just imagine that's what we're dealing with right now. This one, at this time of recording, will cost you 50,500 pesos, while this one will cost you 57,000 pesos. Okay, so the big question, is it worth spending 6,500 pesos for the MOS plate, or should I just buy the regular Glock? Let's say you buy this one. If at any point you wanna put a red dot sight here at the rear, you're going to have a slide cut for it, which will run around 7,000 to 10,000, which means that you're basically paying for this. But this one already has a slide cut. But there are people though who do have that preference of having the slide cut directly to the optic. What does that mean? So later on when I put the red dot, you're gonna see that it's going to be the gun and then the plate and then the red dot. As of, if you do a slide cut, it's going to be slide and then directly red dot. When what that allows that is it gives the gun a lower profile. On the flip side, for people like me, I do like the modularity of this one. The fact that I can get something like this, and if I choose to buy another red dot or use another red dot, or let's say review red dots, I have access to the different footprints, meaning that I don't have to have this slide cut anymore. I just have to switch the plate. And it might be a little hassle, but I do have that option with the MOS. Everything else is the same. They both have the same trigger. They both come with the same sights. This one it's already upgraded, but they will both come with the same. like when you get the front serration, they'll both have the front serration, which for me is like a small deal, but I know some people really want this, and I can see why, because it's easier to rack like that. And then the takedown's the same. It's exactly the same gun. So the question is, should you get a regular Glock 19 or should you get FS MOS? Okay, this is the way I see it. For those buyers who are trying to get their first gun, or they're only buying one gun and it's probably going to be the rest of their lives, you know, for safe, like there are a lot of people who do that. They just buy one gun because they need a form of protection. I will actually tell them to buy this. Why is that? Because the likelihood of them getting a red dot is really, really small. I rather see them buy this and spend the extra money on rounds to practice, or rounds and a class so that they learn and practice at the same time, rather than going straight for this when they can spend for this. Let's be honest, $6,500, that is a lot of bullets to practice with this. So I rather see that being done for the first time shooters. And at the same time, when you buy something like this, where it's just iron sights, there's no maintenance required. You know, there's no electronics to worry about. On that standpoint, this is simple, easy to use, no worry about it. For those gun buyers that just need a gun for protection, this is for those who think that this is going to be their first and last firearm. This is a good gun to get. I rather them spend the 6.5 thousand pesos on ammo so that they can practice with this gun. I think that's a better deal. For those who already know that they're going to put a red dot, so I fall into that category, or for those who are thinking of getting a red dot in the future, this is the way to go. Because having a slide cut on a regular Glock 19, it may cost 7,000. Let's say it costs 7,000 pesos just the same. The problem is that you will be relying on the skill level, on the consistency of said gunsmith. So if you go with a good gunsmith, all then good. But usually those gunsmiths, they'll give you a costing of 15,000, somewhere in that ballpark, which makes it more expensive than this. The plus side of that is, if you want it for a specific optic, you can have them make that footprint and it will flush low. But if you're looking for consistency, if you're looking for that modularity, that consistent modularity, and they're willing to give up that much height, I think it's around maybe 2 millimeters, that much height, the Glock 19 front serration MOS is the one to get, I think. I got this back in 2017. I know I wanted to try red dots, but at the time there was no news of the modular optic system. But when it started being sold, that's when I was like, oh, I do want to get an MOS. But at first I didn't want to buy another gun. So I was thinking, should I just slide cut this? But there's an appeal to a stock Glock. Like, it's simple. There's nothing to worry about. There's no hassle. There's no electronics to worry about. Especially for an everyday carry and, you know, for protection, simple is good. But we cannot deny that optic sights are the future. And that's why I got the Glock 19 Gen 5 FS MOS, because I like the modularity of this one, and it will allow me to use the red dot sight. Both guns are good. They're pretty much identical. For the first-time buyers, or for those who are just looking for protection and maybe that one-range gun, you know, those with the Type 1 FEO, the regular one should do just fine. I rather spend the extra money on ammo. But for enthusiasts and for those who know or will put a red dot, I would suggest to go straight for the Glock 19 MOS, because the consistent clean cut here, I rather take that over depending on the gunsmith I plan to go in the future. I hope the information's useful, and that's about it. See you around, guys.